Last game of the season. It's going to be the last game at Seattle Stadium of the season, so we got to put on a show here for the fans, and we're starting out empty. Let's go ahead and see what Russell Wilson can do, as we're going to fire, and we have a completion to Marshall already, and that's going to be a first down for Seattle. So since this game doesn't mean that much through it, I'm just kind of going to talk about what I think happened during the season and stuff like that. It definitely hurt us early with our defense not really stepping up. Early, we could not get a defense going, really. It also hurt us not getting a run game going early. Our run game started to come on real late. And then, of course, Penny got hurt, and it all went downhill from there. As I'm going to toss it out to Jeremy Hill here, who has some room. And Jeremy Hill's not the fastest, but racing down the sideline. And we're already in Arizona territory. Yeah, but let me know what you guys thought was the biggest, turning point for Seattle's season when it started going downhill. It could have been the quarterback play, mainly of me, because I did not play well as I'm under pressure. Immediately, I'm going to fire, and Baldwin's going to come up with the grab, and we're already at the 2-yard line. First and goal here, marching down on Arizona. Let's see what we got. As I'm just going to toss it, and it's intercepted. I wanted the fade route, but he didn't even lob it. And I tapped it, and he kind of just didn't lob it in there. I guess there's not much I can do about that, and Arizona's going to intercept it. As you can see there, that wasn't really a lob, but it is what it is. So after that disappointing interception, this might be the last time you see Seattle in a 4-3 defense, because I'm planning on switching to a 3-4 defense after this season, as David Johnson's going to get a carry, and he trucks over one of my people there for an 8-yard gain. I expect this is going to be power versus power. They're lining up tight. I'm lining up tight. Let's see who has a better line, as David Johnson gets hit behind by Bobby Wagner, making another great play, bringing up a 4th down. So yeah, next year I am going to have my own playbook. I think that's going to help out greatly, having the plays I want to be able to call, as we're going to shake off a sack, but can't shake off Chandler Jones, who comes in and just wreaks havoc on us. Now that I think about it, that's probably going to be one of the main concerns, because I cannot rely on Russell Wilson to do everything. The offensive line has to protect him at some point, and it just hasn't happened these last few times as we fired a Lockett. And you can see what Russell Wilson can do, but he had to buy time there too. He wasn't protected. So I'm just curious to see what Russell Wilson will be able to do if he has time in the pocket. That's what's scary. As we're going to hand it off here to Jeremy Hill. Oh no, that's McKessick getting a few. I think 3rd down this season for me has been my worst spot. We really have struggled on 3rd downs drastically, as I'm just going to have to fire here to Vanette, and we're going to get a block. And he's going to get a few extra yards. That was a nice block there, but I think that was by Ed Dixon. Nice block. 2nd and 9 here, and I'm going to get rid of the ball quick to Doug Baldwin. And Doug Baldwin struggled early in the year, but he's coming on hot late. I feel like the slot is the best option for him, because he doesn't have the best speed, to be honest. 3rd and 3 here. Let's see what happens, as we're going to hand it off to Hill, who I think it's the 1st down, barely there. And, it's 4th and inches. Well, we're not fighting for the playoffs, so you know what? Why not? Why not go for it here and see what we can do? Try to beat up on Arizona. And Jeremy Hill's going to fight for it. And we get the first. Nice fighting by Jeremy Hill there. And he might earn a roster spot this game if he plays well. Alright, new set of downs for Seattle. Let's see what they're able to do here, as I'm going to toss it to Lockett, who comes up with the grab. I thought that might have been intercepted, but has a nice grab. And that's going to end the first quarter. Man, I'm going to run this fade route again, because I really want to hit it. I'm not going to lie. But I'm just going to tap it. I'm just going to tap it and see what happens. No, I'll high pass it. And I thought, okay, so that's what you have to do. You do have to high pass it, so lesson learned. 3rd and goal. Let's see if we can get this touchdown, as I'm going to fire to Marshall. And he's left uncovered for an easy touchdown. And he's going to do him dirty to Arizona. And we're going to go up likely 7-0 over the Cards. Arizona's going to be led out by Sam Bradford, who really just ripped us apart the first game. I'm looking to get some revenge on him. Because, I mean, he shredded us. Oh, and he's nearly intercepted by Bobby Wagner. Wagner's came up with some big plays this season. He's got to be mentioned in Defensive Player of the Year, in my opinion. 2nd and 10 here. Sam Bradford's going to do a counter play, and David Johnson breaks a tackle, and he's going to be off to the races. Breaks another, and he might go unless the speedy Shaquille Griffin can catch him, but he will not. David Johnson to the house, and that's the explosiveness he brings to the table, and that is why Arizona gave him a huge contract extension here in the franchise mode. As you can see, breaks a few tackles on the way, and that's going to give Arizona likely the tie here at Seattle. Yeah, I'm just thinking we're going to have to improve our offensive line, because think of the defenses we have to face in this division. I mean, we have the red-hot Rams. Oh, how? Deflected and intercepted by Antoine Bethea. What the hell, man? Oh, that's a shit play. It gets deflected. Who was that? Because he won't be on the team next year. He is gone. Is that Ed Dixon? I think it was. I think it freaking was, bro. Let's see what happens here exactly. So we're rolling out. That is Ed Dixon. And, you know, I was going to let him go for sure. But now, he is just, he's gone. You know? You can't allow that. You let it get deflected right to you. And then it gets intercepted for a pick six. Not a play you like to see, but it's not like it's going to matter much. It might have just got us a higher pick, because I believe if Arizona beats us, we do get their pick, so that would be nice. Do you guys know how I can make a trade happen? Because I started my franchise before Matt got traded, but I would like to trade him to Chicago. If you guys could let me know how to do that, I'd greatly appreciate it, as I'm going to roll out with Wilson and get taken down for a relatively short game. Going to bring up a tricky 3rd down here for Seattle. And I'm going to look to try to convert this as we're under serious pressure. Get it away! Oh, and Vanette almost had it. I don't know how Russell Wilson escaped. Yeah, I feel like the second year of the franchises are always better, because, you know, I have to figure out the sliders. I have a really good slider set now, I believe. All the games are really close and fun to play. Oh, that's almost a safety, and Johnson escapes. See, that's what I'm talking about. The gameplay like that is really nice, so second season is looking to be quite good. Good old Sammy Sleeves here, going empty. Let's go ahead and see if we can maybe cause some disruption to him, as I'm going to be using Wagner. Oh, I was... Fumble! Oh, shit, who was that? That was a monstrous hit. That was actually insane. As you can see here, Sam Bradford just fires, and it gets caught, and then Christian Kirk, the rookie, coughs it up on a monstrous hit by Alexander, and Seattle's going to take over on a short field. I mean, we have had a lot of hard hits. This defense is not done yet for Seattle. I mean, they're still a hard-hitting defense, and they're still up there in the league. As I'm going to... Oh, and we fumbled it immediately. Chandler Jones recovers it. I was going to take a shot deep. My O-line can just buy me no time. That's a bad play there. And Arizona's going to get it right back. Look at this. Immediate pressure. What was that, 3 guys? Jesus, bro. You got to block. Yeah, to be honest, I thought at the beginning of the season Seattle was going to be an easy rebuild. But as we get on into the season, and this is the last game of the season, you know, I can tell it's going to be a rough rebuild. The whole offensive line needs to be rebuilt. Our receivers are somewhat questionable. Our defense needs upgraded. So it's going to be a fun one. Also, let me know what you guys would like to see most from the draft or free agency. Let me know what you think we need the most, and I will definitely take that in consideration here, as Sam Bradford's going to be under pressure, and he just has to throw it away. Could have nearly been a fumble, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Arizona pinned us deep here on the punt. Going to try a little play action Really don't like this close to the goal line, but I'm going to see if Ed Dixon can make this catch as he breaks a tackle. Still has not made up for that horrible deflection for an interception touchdown, because that was bad. So one good thing that may happen is I think Rashad Penny did enough in the games he played in to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, because he was still the #1 candidate behind Shaquan, so that should give him some decent upgrade points as Jeremy Hill gets a first. I really think that's what I'm going to be going for. Maybe more of a possession type of receiving core. I mean, especially as long we have Tyler Lockett, so that's enough speed for me. And then Rashad Penny, get the safety away. No. I mean, get the screen away. Man, I'm having a rough game. I'm having a rough one, all right? Fitzgerald in motion. First and goal. Sam Bradford has all day. Really? Really, 28? You're not even going to look around and try and intercept it. This is the shit I got to deal with, bro. To be honest, I am worried about going out wide here because David Johnson could still run it, which is very much a problem if that were to happen, as they're going to fire it to the slant. J.J. Nelson is going to come up with it, and that should give the Arizona a 14-point lead over me, and they are blowing us out at Seattle, which is quite disappointing. Well, every time I call play action, it just doesn't end well. I usually fumble, so I'm going to try to stay away from that until my offensive line can maybe try to block a little bit for me. If you know what I'm saying, is I'm just going to have to run here with Wilson, who jukes out and then slides. That's a very nice play. A play I would like to see more. Get the first down a little more and then slide. Protect yourself, and that's a great play from Russell. 2nd and 10. I'm going to have to roll out with Wilson. Or not, just float it. Oh, that's a perfect play and one I would love to see more of. Just run out, send the tight end to the right and float it to him. That was a really nice play. I mean, that was really good. Usually Seattle gets hot later in the year, but we started off hot at the beginning of the year and then kind of in the mid-season, and we've really struggled since then. That's why we are not making a postseason run here. I need you to block, bro. I needed you to block, but you left me out to dry there. All right, a pretty big 3rd down here, to be honest. I'm a little worried because of the pass rush. Oh, my, yeah. Look at that. Chandler Jones in there immediately. I mean, good gosh. 5 sacks for Arizona already, and they are destroying Russell Wilson. This is a perfect example here as why I need better offensive linemen. So take a look at this snap here. I get the snap. I'm looking for the curl route on the outside to either guy, Baldwin or Lockett. But look at that get off by Jones. I mean, just destroy. I have no chance. And then pressured Dwayne Brown up against me. It just would have been a bad play either way. So that's a perfect example of me needing to upgrade the O-line position drastically. It says we can attempt a field goal here, so why not? Let's go for it. Let's see if we can drill this with Janikowski. And I think that's good. Oh, it's not. Just short. But yeah, other than the division games, I feel like we've had a pretty good record outside of the division. So if we can start winning those tough division games, we should be good as J.J. Nelson gets it here. And I'm going to call a timeout. We got a minute. Let's see if Russell Wilson can pull out some more magic like he always does seem to do in clutch situations, as they got a real good pass rush off, and I'm just going to run it with him. And we should have some room. And he gets a few yards there, close to a first. 2nd and 3 here. We need to get some positive yards, as I'm just going to have to toss it underneath here to Marshall. And we're going to go hurry up mode. I don't really like the bunch formation in the empty set, so that could be a problem. Oh, it's definitely a problem. Oh, they get monster pass rushes off as I escape one. And I'm just going to... Oh, that's a flag. God. Oh. That's a breaker right there.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
Yep. That'll hurt you every time. Man, that hurts. I thought that was going to be a real good play, too. The problem I'm running into is I have to chip Chandler Jones every time. So I have got to keep a tight end there just to kind of make it fair because it's so unfair without it, as that's a, oh my, that is right on the money. Timeout. Arizona looks like they may be in the dollar formation here. Let's see what happens here, as I'm going to be under pressure a little bit, but run it with Wilson. He breaks a tackle, and he just slides down. I'm going to wait to call a timeout, and I'm going to call a timeout now. Let's see if we can hit a field goal before halftime. This is very tricky because I cannot... What the hell? Oh, my God. Oh, they're going to run with it. That's bad because I couldn't... Oh, God. That's tough because I can't see the freaking accuracy meter. So I don't know where to go. That's rough. Well, I guess it does make it a little more interesting without the kicking meter, but it's still a pain because, you know, that was a critical field goal. It's going to be a 1st and 10 here for Arizona. Play action. Bradford out of the pocket gets intercepted by KJ Wright. You're going the wrong way, bro. But he intercepts it. KJ Wright picking off Sammy Sleeves. And that's going to be a big play for Seattle to start things off. Just fires it. And KJ Wright reads it all the way. All right, new set of downs here. Let's see what happens after the interception. Jeremy Hill breaks off a few tackles and stiff arms somebody. He's having a good game so far, averaging 8 yards a carry. I mean, to be honest, I would not be mad at all at keeping Jeremy Hill on the roster next year. That would actually be a pretty good thing for me. Because he's played well as he's going to slip. Oh, if he stayed up there, that was a TD. But look at the effort from him. I mean, just look at the effort Jeremy Hill has showed. He really wants that roster spot for next year. And he might just earn it as I'm going to fire. Touchdown. What a possession catch by Lockett. That was insane. Sent him to the right of the end zone. Kept his feet in bounds. And that's going to be a touchdown for Seattle. All right, well, Seattle has answered back. And now it is only a 1-possession game. Arizona may be a little bit under pressure here, as that's definitely going to be a draw play to Johnson, who has all day. Cam Chancellor fumbles the football. What a monstrous hit. Good gosh. Cam Chancellor is just the enforcer of this defense. He will destroy your life, all right? Oh, my. I mean, it's unfair. It is unfair, and it's another turnover by Seattle, showing that they are fighting, bro. And Chancellor recovers it. 3rd and 5 here, and I'm just going to have to get off quick. They blitz. Picked up a block. My receivers are blocking well today, and we're driving on Arizona very fast. You know, Seattle's not going to go down easy here. They do not want to lose to Arizona in a rivalry game. I'm just going to have to throw it to Jeremy Hill here in the flat. Trucks over a person or two and picks up a good gain. 3rd and 3 in the red zone. We need to capitalize. We have got to capitalize, as I'm going to have to roll outside. And I'm just going to have to end up throwing that away with Wilson before something bad happened. You know, well, I'm going for it here. I am going for it. I want the touchdown, or at least the 1st down. We're going to see what we can get, as I'm going to run out with Wilson. He's going to go into the end zone. He keeps the ball, and he's going to run it in for the touchdown on 4th down. Russell Wilson showing poise, and he's going to tie it up here most likely in Seattle. Look at this run by Wilson. Gets met by 2 defenders, but still fights his way in. We are all knotted up here at Seattle. Now that Arizona is definitely on their heels after 2 turnovers on 2 drives straight. So they're looking to maybe bounce back here. Bradford fires, and they get a decent gain on their first play. It's a pretty high-scoring game considering Seattle struggled last week against the Chiefs, and David Johnson breaks another tackle, and he might go again. Nobody's going to catch him. Man. David Johnson is an animal, bro. Breaks another tackle, and he is on his way to a monster game. He is single-handedly carrying Arizona here to maybe a victory as he breaks another huge run. And that's just another reason why he signed such a big contract. 2nd and 9. And we're going to go under center here. And I'm going to fire. And Baldwin comes up with the grab. And that's going to be a good grab there in traffic by Baldwin. 2nd and long here. We need some positive plays as I'm going to be under pressure. And Chandler Jones comes back in the game to deliver another sack to Wilson. Russell Wilson has taken so much punishment this year. Well, I mean, we can't ask this much of him. That's why I am saying we are going to get a better O-line. As I'm just going to take a shot deep. Brandon Marshall. Nope, it's intercepted. Didn't even go up for it, Marshall. You got to go up for that, and it's going to be intercepted. Basically like a punt pretty much. Yeah, it's going to be a real problem facing David Johnson every year 2 times. Because he can usually make the first defender miss every time, which is concerning. They're going to do a little screen pass here, I believe. What the hell is going on? As they finally hand it off to Johnson, who loses about 7. 1st and 10 here for Seattle. I'm going to play action it and take a shot, and Vanette's going to be wide open in the middle. They leave him open. And that's going to be a dagger right there, straight down the middle. Russell Wilson firing it in there to Vanette. Another new set of downs. Seattle's going to play action it and just throw it to Marshall. Who did he make that? He made the grab. Wow, I could not believe he got his other foot down. 3rd and 11. It's never easy against this Arizona defense. Let's see what they bring this time. Oh, man. Chandler Jones, I know I held on to it too long. That was completely on me. You can't hold on to the ball that long, but I was waiting for the route, but I got sacked. And we're going to hit the field goal and make it a 4-point game here late. It's going to be a 3rd and long here for Arizona. Let's see what they're going to want to do here. Is they're going to hit Nelson underneath. And that's not going to get him the first anywhere near it. It's going to bring up a 4th and 7. Seattle coming back onto the field here, looking to get a touchdown. And, Jeremy Hill makes a huge move. What a run by Jeremy Hill, and what a game he's having. Both running backs are having monster games here at Seattle. Going to try a little play action. It might be risky, I'm not going to lie, as that should be wide open, and Doug Baldwin comes up with it. What a huge play here. Russell Wilson right on target to Baldwin for a major gain. Seattle's going to line up empty. It's going to be a 3rd and 6. Big play in this game here. And we're going to hit Marshall. Oh, but he gets stopped before he can get into the end zone. Well, Russell Wilson has bounced back nicely since these interceptions he's thrown. Well, after a delay of game, it's going to back us up even more, which is unfortunate. But we're going to see what we're going to be able to do. Is I'm going to float it here to Vanette, and he's wide open in the end zone for the touchdown. A touch pass by Wilson to Vanette. And that was a very good pass by Wilson. Floated it perfectly for Vanette. And Vanette separated from coverage, and he comes up with one of the biggest touchdowns of his career, and it gives him the lead here late at Seattle. 4th quarter is winding down here. Seattle went down the field and scored. Arizona's going to try to do the same. Let's see if my defense can step up, as we're going to spread out here, and they're going to fire a screen to David Johnson, and we know how explosive he is. Bounces off a few, but 3rd and short. Bradford has all day, and he's going to hit Larry Fitzgerald on the sideline. Knows exactly where he is. Well, you can tell how much David Johnson has done for this team because Sam Bradford doesn't even have 40 passing yards. So David Johnson really has carried this team quite a lot. As he gets sacked by Bobby Wagner, flying in. My main concern here is going to be David Johnson out of the backfield receiving. But it is going to be a 3rd and 7. And they're going to fire, and Fitzgerald comes up with the grab. Arizona is in field goal range, but they don't want a field goal. They want to score. They want to take the lead here late at Seattle. It's going to be a 3rd and 6, and they're going to motion out Johnson, and that could be trouble. And that could really be trouble, as they're going to fire. Oh, that was nearly intercepted, and it should have been by Shaquille Griffin. They're going to go for it. Biggest play of the day to tie it up here late. Arizona's going to go for it here. And the field goal is good, and they tie it late in Seattle. And when you almost have 2 minutes and 3 timeouts with Russell Wilson, nothing is ever over. We're tied here, but let's see what Russell Wilson can pull out. As I'm going to fire. No! Oh, he caught it somehow. My receiver somehow caught the deflected pass. I honestly thought that was going to be intercepted, and I might have just shut the game off if it was, because that would have been quite bad. As I'm going to have a little room here, and I'm going to try to hit Fournette, who's we're already almost in field goal range. We're moving really fast. It's going to be a 1st and 10 here, and Seattle is nearly in field goal range already, and I'm going to hit Lockett, and we all know his speed. He jukes out somebody, and we are in field goal range. Arizona calls a timeout. It's going to be a 3rd and 6, just looking to run the clock out here, and then call a timeout for a field goal as Jeremy Hill gets some yardage there, and I'm just going to let this clock run and then call a field goal. Call a timeout. Final game of the season, final play of the game. This is for the game here. Seattle looking to win the game here. On this field goal, can they make it? And he drills it down the middle. And Seattle's going to pull it out late over Arizona. And they're going to finish their season with a win and a lot of optimism heading into next season. May have affected their draft pick, but I think it was worth it. That win was nice, and I think that was one of the funnest games we've had so far of the series, to be honest. So Russell Wilson played decent, threw a few picks, but that's going to be it for the regular season. Again, let me know how you guys would like the offseason all at once. I personally think I should do all at once, and I'll leave timestamps in the description of like free agency, re-signings, draft, because I haven't re-signed anybody except Tyler Lockett. I like to save that for the end so it's kind of realistic, so if someone denies, I can only franchise tag one person, but that's going to be the end of the regular season. We did not make the playoffs. Yeah, so now we just have the offseason and the draft. Let me know what you guys thought of our first season and what you'd like to see me get in the draft or offseason. What you think we need. And if you guys are enjoying the series, make sure you do hit that sub button. It will really help me out, and you'll get notified every time I post a video. So I hope you guys did enjoy the first season of the Seahawks franchise, and I'll see you back for the offseason. Peace out.